Hello everyone, Class 9th, subject Social Science, Chapter 1st, The French Revolution. We will start our book, India and the Contemporary World First, textbook in history for Class 9th. Today we will start the Chapter 1st of this book, and there is the content of this book, Section 1st, Events and Processes. And we will start the French Revolution. We will discuss the world history in class 9th. First, we would start in French Revolution. French Revolution would start with Bourbon family. Bourbon family is the family of monarchy of the French. This Bourbon family had Louis XVI. When he came to throne, he found that there is the treasury of the Bastille was empty and he has nothing to do with it. France was a strong and powerful state in the 18th century. It was ruled by a despotic ruler. The constitution of France was such that the nobles and the clergy had special privileges, whereas the masses led a miserable life. Masses means general people, common people lead a miserable life. They had nothing to survive in good their lives. When the War of American Independence was being fought, a revolution in France was also brewing or started. Due to several shortcomings such as the arbitrary and autocratic government, exervate rulers, privileged nobles, and other hardships faced by the people, their tolerance came to an end. It means they don't want to tolerate anymore. The French Revolution, which broke out in 1789, was inspired by the American Revolution. It put an end to misrule and established a democratic government. The French Revolution is considered as a landmark in human history because of its far-reaching consequences. All the old traditions and institutions came to an end, and new political ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity developed. It means there was the time to provide the three ideas. Those were equality, fraternity, and liberty. Now the people are aware to do anything for their rights. There was an absolute monarchy in France. Louis XVI regarded himself as the representative of God on earth. The French Parliament and his nobles catered to the Estates General, but the king refused to acknowledge it. His wife, she is an extravagant, haughty, and unwise woman. She was Marie Antoinette. The French administration was impotent, disorganized, corrupt, and expensive. Corruption and disorder were rampant in every organ of the administration. There were three main classes in French society, namely the clergy, the first estate, the nobles, the second estate, and the merchants, professionals, and peasants, the third estate. First of all, two classes enjoyed several rights and privileges and were also exempted from taxation. They had nothing to pay as a taxation. One of the main reasons behind French Revolution was the social and economic conditions prevailing in France at that time. By the 18th century, the economic condition of France became deplorable. This was the most important cause of the French Revolution. It means the condition of common people, masses, are very miserable. In 1788, severe famine struck many parts of France, due to which many people died from starvation. In the 18th century, an intellectual renaissance emerged in France where several philosophers and thinkers exposed the social shortcomings, thereby fanning the flames of French Revolution. As a result of the extravagance of Louis XVI, the exchequer was empty. In order to collect money, the Estates General was called in 1789. The members of the Estates General asked for one reform after another. In the end, the king surrendered before them. Therefore, it would be proper to say that the French Revolution exploded as a result of the session of Estates Generals. After Louis XVI dismissed the popular minister, Necker, a mob attacked the fort of Basel and released all the prisoners. Basel was the old state prison and was a symbol of royal tyranny. The storming of the Basel heralded the dawn of freedom. Hence, even today, France celebrates 14th July as a national festival. As you see in the picture, the showing of the Basels storming of the Basels occur here, and